Thank you, Hans, for joining us today. Obviously, I know a lot about you and your business, but do you mind giving a quick overview of your Amazon business for people who don't know you?
So I've been selling for, I think this is my fifth year. Monthly sales are in the 70s, 70,000 a month, give or take. I do mostly OA with a smidgen of RA, probably only like 4 or 5 ASINs RA out of, say, 450 active ASINs.
Wow.
The one thing I do is I do all of my own prep. So I have never had a prep center. So
you're a busy man. 450 ASINs, that's a lot to manage, and prepping yourself, that's a lot of work.
Well, here, I'll show you kind of how your system here helps some. So.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. So before you were using Replen Pulse, what were you doing for inventory and replenishment management?
I was buying in strictly whatever had come up out of stock on the inventory page in Amazon, Seller Central, out of stock, last updated. Okay. Right, and running through that. And then, you always got a few ASINs on the top of your head that you can go and you can check your quantities. But I pretty much was running out of stock before replacing or reordering.
Okay. That can definitely be heartbreaking when you see them run out of stock. You're one of the few people I know that have used Seller Central for the restock recommendations and tracking what's in stock or not.
I never trust their numbers because their numbers are crazy.
Yes.
But I mean, they do have a pretty good idea of when I am out of stock.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess, as you mentioned, you've been using Replen Pulse. How does Replen Pulse's numbers and I guess organization compared to Seller Central?
So your numbers match. I like that it accounts for inbound because depending on where you're at in Seller Central doesn't always account for inbound. Mm-hmm. So if you're out of stock and you've got 100 units coming in, you could possibly create a double order if you're not looking and checking all your numbers thoroughly. But your numbers match, and I just really go over to the recommendation order quantity, go back, check my profitability, and see if I want to reorder or not.
Oh, nice. The restock recommendation column's pretty much the only one I look at now when I log in. How accurate are you finding those restock numbers to be? Are you modifying them, or are you kind of relying on them at this point?
I have gotten to the point where I'll trust them. About the only time I don't follow them is on a couple of my RA ASINs where I physically can't get, the 300 it wants me to get. Just, that it's not available in the area. Or I will order over, or I will order under to meet free shipping.
Sure.
But not incredibly over. I might, instead of ordering 10, I might order 20. And it'll just be in inventory a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's smart, right? Because if you pay for the shipping, it would remove any profit that would have been available.
Usually, yeah.
I'm glad to hear that you're trusting the numbers. We're trying to make those as just confirm, click, and go through that process. We're doing a couple modifications to hit a couple edge scenarios, but for our business, we do 95%. I just click the confirm button. How has Replen Pulse helped identify, I guess, replenishment opportunities you may have otherwise missed? I know you talked about how you were waiting until items ran out of stock. Do you mind walking through that process of how that's kind of changed your business?
Well, I think it's kept more stuff in stock, which has probably increased sales. I don't know, maybe 10%.
Okay.
Just because stuff that I normally would buy, say, some particular makeup that I would buy at 5 units, and I would forget about, if I didn't see it, or if I had run out of money on that particular day before I got to it, it would go down in the black hole of the ASIN pile, and it would be at the bottom of the spreadsheet, and I would never get to it again.
Yeah, I remember those days too.
So you never know which profitable ASINs that you just sold out of 2 months ago.
One of the things that'll be really interesting, we're going to start making the low inventory fees for the month more visible. For someone like you who's going in and out of stock frequently, it'd be really cool to see how that's maybe adjusted over the past couple months because you've been one of our original beta testers. It'll be cool to see if we can look back retroactively and see how many fees you might be saving as well. So,
yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. One of the other sides of Replen Pulse is we of course give the restock recommendation numbers, but we also try to push them all into a purchase sheet sort of. I know most people that we've spoken to so far are using the restock table primarily. Have you used any of the other features within Replen Pulse?
No, I haven't gotten down to that yet because I do all my own purchasing.
Sure.
So once I'm there and I identify it, we'll just jump over to the website and make the purchase then. Now, as I've grown and as I've gotten more ASINs from the same, distributor or store, I could see that being a benefit.
Mm-hmm.
If I could do all my Walmart ASINs and kick them over there and then come back and then do all my Walmart ordering at one time, or, someday I hope to have somebody else doing the purchasing. So that would be the purpose for that. And here's your sheet, go buy this. I'm just not there yet.
That would be a huge time saver for sure. I was spending 8 hours a week ordering through Wholesale, which is arguably easier than OA. And now one of our employees, she handles all of that for me, and it's a lifesaver. So that'll be really exciting for you.
Well, time-wise, on a good day, I can be, maybe I'm placed 3 larger orders and I'm done on my weekly replenishables. Some days I could spend 4 hours and I'm spending the same amount of money just going through ASINs, trying to confirm that it's still viable.
Yeah, that's a lot of time.
It's a lot of time.
It's not a very exciting day either. So you said you think Replen Pulse might have been able to maybe help you grow by like 10%. I think you've been using Replen Pulse, I think since about the beginning of the year, maybe February or March timeframe.
Yeah, somewhere in there. I think it was February. Yeah, when I started integrating it in, and the more I've used it, the more it's become the go-to for the reordering.
Awesome.
Right.
You've had some pretty aggressive growth, I think, for like the past year now. Do you mind like sharing where your revenue was like last year at this time, and then as well as kind of like the February timeframe for perspective? Yeah, pulling out the orange bars on you. I know.
Well, give me a minute, and I'll pull my orange bars up.
Thank you.
Last June, I did, I'd say 45,000.
Nice. Your business has grown like 70%.
And here on the 16th, Well, on the 17th of this month, I'm at about the same.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So it says 77% for the previous 12 months.
That's awesome. Do you think this is going to be like a record month for you then too? If you said you're normally doing like 75,000, it seems like you're on pace.
No. I hit 81 a couple months ago, and I don't think I'll be quite there.
Nice. Well, your growth has been one of the most consistent that I've heard of.
It's been it's nice and consistent. I mean, not every month is up, but definitely within the same bands.
That's awesome. Nice job to you. The consistency definitely pays off, because I know you've been putting in a lot of work, especially prepping like 5,000 units a month yourself.
Yeah.
So I have 2 more quick questions for you. If another seller asks why you're using Replen Pulse, what would you tell them is the benefit that you've gained the most from it?
Quickest, easiest place to see where my inventory is actually at. Because as soon as I'm going to drop a shipment this afternoon, and later tonight, your numbers will have updated to include that shipment.
Nice. High visibility, just so everyone can make decisions, and simplistically is the goal.
Yeah.
And then in addition, so I know you're primarily OA. Who do you think Replen Pulse is like best suited for right now? Either like size of business, OA, RA, etc.
I'm probably on the OA and the wholesale side, because like I said, it gives recommendations for my RA ASINs that physically aren't here. And short of going on a huge road trip, I will never be able to get. But definitely for the OA, beginning wholesale or wholesaler side, I think that would be probably the best spot. And size-wise, I mean, once you get past your proof of concept, you might as well go with it, because it's real easy to lose that ASIN that sold 5 units last month, but it still had a 30% ROI, and you made $3 or $4 off of it, but you just missed your reorder on it.
Yeah, we've heard from a lot of people that was happening like somewhat frequently. That's why we went ahead and like lowered our tier 2 for the entry point. So like our restock only tier is now like $19 for someone doing up to like 1,000 orders a month, trying to make it a little bit more entry friendly. So Thank you, Hans. I really appreciate your time.